Warning, this podcast brought to you by a sports team fanboy living here in Miami. Would like to remind you that during this podcast you may hear swearing, yelling, ranting, a whole bunch of other stuff your ears may not be prepared for. Your discretion is advised.
Hello Miami, my name is Stephen Wolf. This is another episode of Miami Sport Podcast. Today, I'll be talking about both the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers, but before I get to that, I would like to discuss a certain thing that will happen 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, the Super Bowl will be played by the defending New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles, a rematch of 2004. Even though I was maybe 13, maybe 14 years old at the time, I wasn't aware that the Patriots went back-to-back Super Bowls, even though I started watching sports during that time. It's interesting. The Patriots winning so much this past decade and a half, or actually I should say like almost 20 years, this team has been non-stop, winning Super Bowls back-to-back, and going attempting number 2 of a back-to-back, winning last year's, of course. Philadelphia is trying to win their first, I believe. If they have won the Super Bowl before, I'm sorry, Philly fans, for getting that info wrong. But anyways, I'm here to talk about the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers. Miami Heat, going into Chicago, had with them a 7-game winning streak. But despite Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls pretty much even matched up in field goal percentages and rebounds during the game, Laurie Henderson and Jay Holiday pretty much saved Chicago from losing, and key free throws and 3-point percentages in Chicago's side outbeat the Heat's 119-111, ending Miami Heat's 7-game winning streak. So Miami Heat then goes to Milwaukee Bucks, hoping to start a new winning streak. During that game, Hassan Whiteside became the beast, the monster, leading Miami Heat in scores and rebounds, edging out the Milwaukee Bucks 106-101. In the next 2 games, including the Milwaukee Bucks, Hassan Whiteside pretty much averages of 19 points and 13 rebounds. Guy's a beast. If he needs a nickname, it should be called the Beast. I'm proud to say that my faith in Hassan Whiteside has been not shattered. Guys, like, when he turns on his best games, he really shows up. Unfortunately, that momentum and Hassan Whiteside being a badass cannot be carried over to the Brooklyn Nets. For some reason, Miami has a strong first half leading about 10-15 points, but then when it comes to the second half, they barely score around 16 points, while their opponents outscores them by 10 to 20 points. Us losing to the Brooklyn Nets 106-105. Actually, scratch that. It was actually 101-95. Several times this season, Miami Heat have been going to the third quarter and miss and pretty much get outscored. And when it comes to the fourth, even though they try to do their best, that third quarter, those missed opportunities, poor shooting, out rebounded, offensive and defensively, costs the Heat wins and games. They need to fix that before going to the playoffs, or when the All-Star break starts. They need to at least work that, or at least adjust it, or else they're in real trouble later on this season. As to end of the week, they face the Charlotte Hornets. Again, Miami Heat had the lead in the first half, but when they went to the second half, they began to lose it. Almost they lost that game, but it wasn't for players like Jay Johnson and Wayne Ellington scoring his threes. We pretty much could have lost that game. But the real hero tonight, the real hero of that game was basically Josh Richardson. Not only getting one of our as time was ticking down, as maybe were down 5 points, he not only got the two-handed slam, but also getting the steal and tying the game up 105-105. And for some reason, as the seconds, microseconds were ticking away, Dwight Howard fouled out Olynyk and going to the free throw line, getting 1 of 2. Basically, saving our butts and not going in overtime, winning the game 106-105. Dwight Howard, come on, you're better than that. But lucky for us, our players from the bench, and a late save, a free throw save, basically helped us win the game. But again, we cannot lose the third quarter. We cannot be outscored. Miami Heat basically get outscored around 20-25 points, while they just only score 16. That's not right. Again, they need to address that while going to the All-Star break in within a few weeks from now. Now, for the Florida Panthers, as they face the Vegas Golden Knights and the Nashville Predators, a back-to-back games as they took a 7-day bye. Again, I don't know why hockey are given buys. I mean, they get the holiday break, they get the Christmas break, they get the weekends off sometimes. It's strange. But and the All-Star game, yeah, they get that break too. So I feel like there are too many breaks. But anyways, before I get to the games, I must address a very important fact. During the Vegas Golden game, it was two major important events. First off, Wayne Henzega, if I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sorry, was honored that night. An owner of 3 franchises, Miami Dolphins, Florida Marlins, and the Florida Panthers. Teams I grew up with in the 90s. Well, not in the 90s. I mean, when the 2000s came along, I grew up with them. And I'm proud to say that owner done so much for Florida. A small entrepreneur basically picking up trash to being a hot multi-billionaire just by basically working for himself. An entrepreneur that people should strive to be. So we honor him tonight by raising his lucky number 37. An honor should be always presented like that, and I'm proud of it. Thank you, Wayne Hanzeg, for what you've done for bringing hockey and baseball to Florida. And owning the Dolphins. These franchises, I have posters right here. Anyways, another important event was basically Gallant's return. Gallant's return to Florida, the head coach right here. His return since his firing, which Florida should never have done. I mean, sure, he was having a bad season. Sure, he was disagreeing with you. But don't fire the guy if he took you to the playoffs, which no coach haven't done since the 2012 season. Big mistake! And he's living the highlight in Vegas. Leading the Western Conference in Vegas. Living up in a side pool and basically rolling slots in Vegas. Don't do that! Don't fire head coaches who basically doesn't agree with your analytic computers. Computers can only do so much. You need the human condition with it. The coach. The mindset. The players, sure. Ice time, pucks possession, they can do that. Maybe the computers can make that. But what brings the team together is the head coach. He brings it together. And we let him go. Why? Because the computers said so. Having not seen the movie Terminator. But that's something else. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. I am ranting here. Basically, the game was back and forth. We scored, they scored. We scored, they scored. It was basically 3-3 when the game ended, going into overtime. But of course, Aaron Ekblad, Jonathan Huberdeau, and Nazar Barkov scored the game-winning goal and showing Gallant, sure, we may get rid of you. We're sorry, by the way. But we can still win. Sucks we let him go, but we can still win. Unfortunately, we cannot keep that momentum going into the National Predators. Unfortunately, I didn't see much of the game because for some reason, the Fox Sports app just basically went off on me. The game wasn't presented. You can't have an app like that and not show the game. There was no reason for it. People behind the tech and technology behind this app screwed up. But getting off topic. During the game, instead of the usual behind the net James Reimer, we get to use Harry Satir. Sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. I'm sorry. It's just like oddly worded for me. The R's, but not boring. But using our backup, finally giving Reimer a chance to take a day off. Strange since he had a 7-day game off. 7 days we haven't played. I think he's trying to stretch his legs. Please. But from what I can see the replays, he done well. Unfortunately for us, a turnover and a controversial goal cost the Panthers the game. 4-3. Even despite us trying our hardest and having basically had a lead in the second period 2-1, again the controversial goal and a bad turnover cost us the game. Guys, this is a rookie. You cannot leave him wide open for like that. I mean, sure, it's his learning experience, but still. Turnover in your own zone, and the rookie can only do so much. Hopefully we can see more of him, and hopefully he can prove his worth and get his first NHL win. Good luck, Satir. Harry. Good luck, dude. You're gonna need it. Harry Satir. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for joining me in this another episode of My Sport Podcast. Hope to see you soon. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn on the notification button down below to get more videos from me. Hope to see you soon. And for next episode, I'll be hopefully doing a reaction video to the Haters Guide to the Super Bowl. Yuri and Tree's newest video. That is funny. Alright, see you then. Bye-bye.